couldn't tell mom, I couldn't tell anyone. I asked for your help. You were the only one. I gave you my trust because I thought I could. You've got to find the strength to break the chain. The German clock, I know it won't be long. That secret knock didn't fool anyone. It never stops. It only starts again. We got to find the strength to break the chain. She spent every single second of every single day trying to wash the feelings away. Now Cindy's private nightmare became a public play. On the stage, there lies a broken chain. She spent every single minute of all the lonely days still thinking that she's the one to blame. And Sylvie's private nightmare keep happening all over again. Unless we find the strength to break the chain.
Hello everyone, Rev.Hawksblood here. I hope you listened to some of those words. I'm doing a new book, and I'm doing a lot of publicity, trying to get involved with a couple of things and people involved with it. If you listen to the words, if you didn't, tune in, restart the video and listen to it. I didn't play the whole thing. I got a lot to get into today. But I'm doing a new book. It's on a subject that's probably something that nobody wants to read. But it's very important that people do, especially women. I didn't come up with the exact title, but it's about rape, the causes, the reasons, and protection and dealing with it. All those things are going to be in the book, as well as many other things pertaining to it. So I feel the thing that is deteriorating the planet in every which way is the word. We give it multiple names. We change it so that men don't go to jail for a long time. They change it to different words as well. Man has did nothing but protect themselves from being accused of doing things to women. So I want people to start looking and open up their eyes and ears, listening, seeing what's going on in the real world. That book is going to deal with every aspect. If you don't know nothing about it, it'll get you from start to finish of every single aspect about it, how, why, where, and everything else around that. So I don't want to start on that today. I will be doing a couple of shows on that. That song was done by Mike Reno. He became one of the singers. He created a group called Loverboy. That album was created for all abused children. I'm working on that as well. But here's the thing. We're in a phase of the planet's history. What you think, what you perceive, and what you think you know is very irrelevant to what's really happening. I don't need my glasses. I don't know if I look better or not, but here's how we're going to start. What is your truth? Think about it. Write it down on a piece of paper. What you think your truth is. Can you? Do you have a truth? Do you perceive it to be something that you live by or are working to? Now, man has created horrible scenarios that we are programmed to accept. We can start from the beginning. You step into school, which is a useless system that teaches you nothing important except how to make money. All right. How to live life, really? Do you need all the math and the history and the stories on top of stories? The history, unless you're traveling the world and go to different places, do you need to know anything about Russia, China, Germany, where they are? Does that mean it makes it better to know where they are? Or if we have a war with them, bombs and missiles will go anywhere they want them to go. It's not like, well, am I close enough or far enough away? It's not going to be anything like that. So everything you learn about history is a complete lie and twisted. And then when you deal with the geography of the planet, well, do you have to know all the states and countries and all the other things? It doesn't matter. If you want to live life, it's more important to understand life, what you are, meaning soul, how it relates to family, how to relate to a family, how to work and protect the family, how to feed and clothe the family, and how to do those kind of things. And it doesn't take a lot of money. It takes the right cooperation between you and your children or your partner, however it is, your pets, whatever you have or deal with. So now, the scenario is you go through high school, and what do you learn? More stuff that's useless in the real world. 90% of the people that get jobs are not going to get a good job, which is scary. They're going to work at McDonald's, Burger King, Home Depot, Office Max, all those kind of jobs. And at a minimum salary. I don't want to get into numbers. I did a show on that. I'll probably do it again. But the numbers of government jobs are incredibly high. And their salary starts at $87,000 up to $257,000. The average job in a government job, whatever it is. So check the numbers. I'm not making numbers up here. Now, we got a horrible system with life and death. You know 150,000 people die daily. But 300,000 are born daily. So there's more being born no matter what happens on a daily basis. So no matter what the government and countries do to decrease population, the world is still growing. With 7.4 million right now, and it's growing. Now, who are reincarnating? We're going to go into that because that's what people should realize, understand, and relate to. We're going to talk about death, talk about birth, talk about those things, how we got here, why we got here. I have 2 other shows that I really wanted to do before this, but listening to people, I was just in the site and they were all talking about Jesus and they're talking about this and they're saying, quoting books and the Anunnaki and everything else under the sun. All right. If you want to believe ancient history, go right ahead. Is it going to help you with anything today? Anything that the Anunnaki supposedly did or is doing, can it help us? All the giants that lived on the planet, did anything they do help us in any way? So the Book of Enoch was never put in the Bible. The story of, there was one short story about a giant, but that was it. David and Goliath. All right. We have a couple stories that were put in the Bible, but 90% of the Bible is twisted stories. And I'm going to go into that because basically I'm looking at religions deteriorating. I'm looking at the word spiritualism and spiritual groups that call themselves spiritual deteriorating, being programmed, mind controlled, whatever words fit into that pocket of where you really are. Now, ask yourself, what is your truth? What do you know that's important to your life and to your death? Well, I don't know anything about my death. Most people don't. The most so-called spiritual people on this planet, I was going to say a few names. Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, the Dalai Lama, and the Pope. Supposedly, the top 4 spiritual people on the planet have no clue about a God. Seriously, pretty sad. Second of all, they teach you about being numb to the world in a world of like, step back and watch. Why be here if you're going to just sit back and watch? All right. And then you can have anything you want. What can you have that you want? Free will, free speech? No, you can't. This society, the way it's set up, could not survive that way. Never mind, you don't have any psychic ability. Oh, I'm psychic. I'm gifted. I'm a healer. You're a bull artist. Sorry. Mind control is done every which way. I learned that when I was 12 years old by Kreskin, who was the top hypnotist, psychic in the early, 52, 62, in the early 60s. All right. I learned hypnosis when I was 14. Was hypnotizing all my friends. I worked with an army hypnotist when I was 16. And I got into things that nobody did. Like I created, and I'm not making this up, how to bring people back in their past lives. How to bring back people in their past. I call it past life regression. That's the word I created, and I worked hard to come up with that name. Sure, a person that died recently, a real famous elder lady, said she created it maybe 15 years later. But again, I was working with hypnosis, doing that, stage hypnosis with groups of people and things like that. Had all my friends hypnotized. I was able to bring people back to past lives and see. I wasn't doing it to help people, really. I was doing it to